Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2020 love reading. Thank you to those we've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. As far as personal readings, I'm still taking a bit of a break from those, and I'm not sure when I'm going to start them up again yet, but when I do decide to start them up, I'll make an update in the community section of the channel. As far as what we have in front of us, we have Bridging the Gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. These are the past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy. If you feel more like the cards on the right represent your energy and the cards on the left the other person's, then definitely trust that. Alright? So with all that out of the way, past energy on your side, we have the Ten of Coins. So this is actually the equivalent of the Ten of Pentacles, and that's Virgo energy. And at the time I'm recording this, we're pretty much just wrapping up in this energy too. Could just be saying a couple different things. For one, it could just be saying that you saw a lot of long-term potential within this connection, that you really thought it had the potential to go the distance. For some of you, it could just be saying also that maybe you just had a heavy focus on your work life, which is definitely a possibility, especially given all the heavy energies you guys have had going through your 10th house of Capricorn. So that's a possibility as well. But to me, this is more saying that this is the view that you had of the connection. You know, you saw it as something with long-term potential, worth building towards, worth putting in the work for, and the willingness to do so. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Seven of Wands, which is Leo energy, and the Five of Swords, which is Aquarius energy. So on the one hand, this could just be saying that they might have been a bit torn around the connection if we think about the fact that these are opposite energies, you know, Leo and Aquarius being opposite each other in the zodiac. But really what I'm seeing here for a lot of you, this could be pointing to primarily them actually having to fight back the tendency to sabotage the connection. That's what I'm feeling here with these two energies. The reason I say that, Seven of Wands usually represents the energy of being able to defend yourself successfully against something, and then with the Five of Swords energy here, usually that Five of Swords energy points to self-sabotage, where usually there's like, you know, that's when you bring up those petty arguments that you know there's going to be no true winner, but you still engage in those types of things anyway. And then with the meaning of that card in this deck in particular, it also points more to taking a risk as opposed to actual petty energy like that. So that's what I'm seeing here. Taking all of that into consideration together, that's why I'm primarily picking up on that. You know, they were actually just fighting the tendency that they might have had in the past to sabotage connections. All right. In the present position on your side, we have Power. So this is actually the equivalent of the Emperor card, which is the major arcana card for your sign. So this could just be saying that you guys are just feeling really comfortable in your zones, feeling very much at home. You know, you guys do have Mars in your sign for an extended stay, even though it's currently retrograde right now, but that could be adding to the feeling that you guys are going through right now. And again, this could point to you actually, again, how you're viewing the connection, right? That, you know, maybe you felt like this person, the two of you together would be a bit of a power couple, and just really working on and building toward that. So overall, definitely looks like a positive energy here. And the present energy on their side is the Queen of Chalices. So this is the equivalent of the Queen of Cups, which is Cancer energy. Obviously, it looks like there's a very openness to this energy. Although in traditional tarot, it's the one card in the cup suit where the cup is closed off. So here I'm saying this is, you know, them. They're actually experiencing some growth and they're actually opening up toward you. You can feel like it's a very nurturing connection as well, but also there's some passion to it. So that's what I see there. It looks like they're meeting you on your level, which is definitely a good thing. And the future energy on your side is the King of Staves. So this is the equivalent of the King of Wands, which is technically Leo energy. And On the one hand, could just be pointing to the fact that you guys had Leo move through there, not Leo, had Venus move through that sign recently, so that could have been part of it. But again, I feel like this is pointing to more of that same thing, which is saying that you have that confidence in the connection, you're moving forward. What always stands out to me with this deck in particular with the King of Staves is that those trees in the background look like, they're pretty much dying off, which you wouldn't expect to see during the Leo season in the northern hemisphere anyway. So it could just be saying that it might have taken you a long time to get here. So, maybe this was a long road for you guys to get to this point. And it could just be saying that you guys might have gone through a lot of lessons at certain stages, but now it looks like you finally mastered those things. You're moving forward with confidence. And also, if we think about Leo energy, it also has a bit of a playful vibe to it. So, definitely looks like a positive energy for you guys there. And then the future energy on their side, we have the stars. So, more Aquarius energy here. So, it's definitely a possibility that you guys might have been dealing with an Aquarius. But obviously, this represents that for them, this is a wish fulfillment as well. It feels like they're on the right path. So, it definitely looks like you guys are going to have a lot of positive forward movement. Overall, this is a pretty positive spread. Your general reading for this month was actually pretty strong too. So, this must be an overall good month for you guys. But yeah, that's what I see here. This is just saying that, they have confidence, the same confidence and faith that you seem to have in a connection in the past. It looks like they're there. And like I said, if we look at these energies, it looks like steady growth and progression on their part too, which is obviously a positive sign as well. So, the bottom of the deck on your side, we have Magic. So, could just be saying that again, you guys might have gotten to this point where you're able to actually manifest this type of connection into your lives, And obviously, if we look at the artwork there, it's actually Merlin, but, definitely looks like an older person. So, again, that's another indicator for me that says that, it might have taken you a long time to get to this point, but now you're finally here, right? Things are moving forward for you in the positive regard there. And then also underneath that, I see we have the Two of Staves, which is Aries energy, which for you guys represents that forward movement, new starts on things. And so this is another good indicator of things shifting for you guys as well. And beneath that, it was the Fortune card. So definitely pretty positive energies for you. Bottom of the deck on their side, we have the King of Swords. So more Aquarius energy here. Definitely an indication that you could be dealing with an Aquarius. And, really that could have even just been what it was too. With the past energy we see here, maybe it was just saying that this person had a very detached demeanor toward you, and maybe that's just how they are in general. But this could just be saying that they might have gone out on a limb a little bit to open up more toward you, and that's actually helped the connection overall for the two of you to just move forward. So, like I said, definitely looks like a really positive spread so far. We'll see what we get with the Oracle cards. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. And I did pre-shuffle this deck, but what we're going to be looking for is just some jumpers. First, some unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And after shuffling for a while, if nothing comes up, I'll just take that as a sign to move on to the next Oracle deck, since it's just a general reading, but sometimes we could get some extra messages here. Okay, have one there. And next we'll see if we get any from them to you now. Oh, almost had one there. Oh, and there we got one. All right. So, all right. Whatever. I'm trying to fix those, but it's not working. So, it says planning on the top of the card, and it says, I know that I want you in my future. I'm working on making the proper plans. So, I mean, that definitely would make sense for what we see there, because like I said, with the 10 of coins, to me that represented you guys seeing that vision of this being a connection that would work for you guys in the long term. and that, you could actually make that steady progress to building toward this connection with that person. And then with the power, we see that as well. So that definitely seems to make sense. Now, interestingly enough, on their side, I don't know, maybe take it with a grain of salt, but on their side, it says taken, I'm unavailable. Definitely interesting, right? So I do have to say, the fact that we have this card here, where we do see a three-party dynamic, right? That can be a possibility for some of you, so definitely watch out for that. To be honest with you, I mean, I'm not really seeing that energy from them, so I don't know. Could have been a bad pull on my part. I mean, the card jumped out, but let me see. Couldn't be perfect for everyone, I guess, right? I mean, that could be what this past energy is, with the Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords, that they might have been holding back the fact that they were in another connection from you. But, I mean, really, let me look at these cards again. Yeah, overall, I don't know. I'm really thinking that that might be a very small percentage view, like I said, especially just given the artwork that is in the King of Swords card in this deck. But I don't know. Like I said, take that with a grain of salt. I suppose it's definitely possible to resonate for someone. And lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck, but here we're just looking for one card and then we'll wrap up. Alright, nothing came up yet, but I'll give it a few more shuffles. In worst case, nothing comes up, I'll just put the deck down. We'll pull a random card so we can at least wrap up with one of these messages. Yeah, so let me put the deck down. And give me a minute, we'll just pull one. Alright, let's go here. Alright, we have mending. There's the artwork, and the number is 52. Interesting. So now this is making me feel like this could be maybe a reconnection with someone from your past. With Mercury retrograde coming up, for example. So it could be like when you guys first reconnect, they might still be involved in another connection. But we'll see what it says. It says forgiveness, making amends, healing after arguments. The Oracle's message. Each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very thing we need to heal. The pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. So interesting that it said there, letting go of old hurts in order to reclaim your power, given that, the Emperor card in this deck happens to be called Power as well. So looks like this might be something that's coming up for you guys, maybe even during that full moon that's going to be in your sign, which is pretty much right at the start of October. So perhaps there'd be some conversation then. All right, the relationship message says you've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you are to move forward. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you're not aware of it. The energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge this gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? Only good will come of forgiveness and an honest redress. So, Interesting there. So, yeah, I mean, really, for some of you, after reading that message and everything, I suppose it's definitely a possibility. If it's the case, I feel like it would be more given the energy we're seeing in the past, where it's definitely a possibility that maybe this person was involved with someone else when you guys first met, and they just might not have been very clear to you about that. So, yeah, for the vast majority of you, if that is what's going on there, it seems like more of a past thing, given that I could see that fitting with that energy, and then we do see a very positive progression. So, it could be one of those things where it just puts you in a position where you had to claim your power and kind of, put your foot down regarding the situation. Overall, though, like I said, I still feel like this is a really positive spread. That one card certainly seems to be a bit random in there, but hopefully that resonated for you guys. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.